Hey, what's up everyone? I have some pretty exciting news for you guys today. I'm gonna share with you my new sponsor I just signed a 3-year agreement with. But first, I just kind of wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the past couple years, my goals moving forward, and how I kind of pick brand partnerships and what that looks like. For those of you guys who might not know my history, basically growing up, just broke kid, found bikes, gave me a sense of identity. It became like everything that my life was built around. And I started to kind of find a path through racing. In 2010, I competed in the junior expert class. 2011, I turned pro at 18. And then basically 2012, I made the transition from downhill to enduro. 2014, 2015, and 2016, I was actually the North American Enduro Tour champion, which was really cool. That was kind of the premier series in North America. And we had a lot of good battles with different people, a lot of good races, just had a great time traveling the country. We did US, Canada, and Mexico. So it was an awesome experience and I had a blast. It was funny though, because that was my dream, like 16, 17 years old, looking up to those pro guys that I admired so much and wanted to be like. And I achieved those goals. But what was funny was in 2015, I did a big project in my hometown of Chico, California, where kind of got really frustrated traveling around the country and seeing all these awesome places to ride. And then where I lived was considered a bike town, but we didn't have anywhere free to ride. And my whole criminal record has been on my bike, getting kicked out of skate parks, getting arrested for riding downtown, running from the cops when we're out at Chico State, jumping off stairs. And it was funny because I always tried to be a good kid and I used cycling as my outlet, but it got me in a lot of trouble. And so it was funny to me that I travel all around the country, see all these cool little pump track parks and dirt jump parks, and then I come home and there's nowhere to ride legally. If you didn't have a mountain bike, which is really expensive to get into, there was nowhere you could just go be a kid and express yourself. So I spearheaded a project where we built and funded a public pump track in Chico, California, the Wildwood Pump Track. If you're ever in town, check it out for sure. But that was such a cool experience, working with the city, getting funding, getting designs done, building the track with Robert Kennedy. And when we did that project and had the grand opening, there's hundreds of kids out there smiling, laughing, families are having a good time. There's a new place you can ride for free and just go express yourself and build skill. And that feeling to me was so much more gratifying and important than any of the race results I'd ever had. It was at that moment a switch flipped and I was completely like, man, I need to focus my time and energy more on being, an ambassador, getting kids out on the bike and creating a better environment for people to fall in love with bikes. And I felt almost kind of selfish spending so much time in the gym, training, getting ready to race, because at the end of the day, all I was doing was getting these race results, trying to make money, trying to fulfill my sponsors' wishes and just keep this lifestyle going. And so in 2017, I still raced a little bit, but I kind of had lost some passion for it. I was pretty burnt out. And then going into 2018 and 2019, I partnered with Felt Bicycles and the Rosignol Group. And those guys were awesome. They were the first sponsor I ever had that kind of didn't tie my worth or my value to purely race results. They really kind of understood what I was trying to do, going out to mountain bike festivals, being a part of the community, talking to kids, doing the high school bike stuff. Everything that entailed was really valuable to them, and that allowed me to have some funding and kind of get through the past couple years and have a lot of fun, make some great memories and meet some new people. So that was awesome, and I wouldn't trade that for the world. But as I've kind of gotten further and further away from racing, I feel like I need to kind of go back a little bit. I felt like, I love everything that I'm doing and it's so much more gratifying to be a part of the community. But I do think that the clock doesn't lie. You get out there, you do your best. Come Sunday afternoon, I was good or I wasn't. And in the world of social media, it's so hard to know what's real and what's not. And I've really kind of missed having the time at the end of the weekend where you say, I was this good, I did awesome, or I sucked. And there's no one kind of disputing that. So for 2020, I wanted to try to find a partner that kind of could help me balance those two sides. I still want to get out there. I'm going to do some high school mountain bike coaching here in Boise, just kind of be a part of the community, do some fun projects. But I also wanted to go out and race and have competitive product and be on sick bikes that go fast. So with that being said, let's go ahead and I'll show you guys my new bike in 3, 2, 1. So this is my new bike. This is my new partner for next year. I signed a 3-year deal with Niner Bikes. So I'm really excited. I can't wait to see what we can do with this. For this year in 2020, I'm gonna race the full Big Mountain Enduro Tour. So that's gonna be really sick. I'm also gonna go out and race a handful of the GNCC races this year, as well as some of the Montana Enduro Series. And if we have a few races here in Idaho, that'll be rad. Plus, I'm hoping to get out to Mega Avalanche again this year, kind of redeem myself from last year where I got a flat tire. So this will be rad. Like I said, I'm gonna be doing some coaching for the BBSF, like Boise Enduro team. I wanna really get out and help those kids out. I'm gonna do some stuff with the NICA crew around here, do some trail building stuff with Swimba, and also, like I said, go to all those races. So it's gonna be a pretty packed year. I wanna do a lot more YouTube videos too. So if you guys have ideas of videos you wanna see, let me know. I'm gonna do a lot of tech stuff with performancebike.com. So we'll have a lot of those kind of rolling out throughout the year. This is a Rip 9 27.5 wheeled version. I should have a 29 version to build up later this week too, and I'll do kind of a comparison with those two. But I've been riding this one for the end of this past year a little bit, and it's a sick bike. The suspension feels great, it climbs really well. This kind of rib cage added a lot of stiffness to the bike, so side to side it feels awesome, like ripping through corners. Yeah, I feel really confident on it already, and I'm excited for this year, so I can't wait to see what we can do at the races. Some other brands I'm working with again are PNW components. We have the grip, signature handlebar, we have the stem, the loam lever, and then a dropper post here. I have a full Shimano drivetrain. I have a few bikes with XT, and then a couple bikes are gonna be XTR, so huge thanks to those guys. Crank Brothers pedals. I have braking for the rotors. They make a really awesome 220 mil rotor kit, especially for the e-bike and like a larger 29er. So that's gonna be really cool. I signed a 3-year agreement with Schwalbe tires, so that'll kind of roll me through the whole Niner sponsorship. Have great tires, and they have a lot of cool stuff planned for the summer this year, so keep an eye out for that. It's gonna be pretty exciting. I have Ergon saddles. That's been one of the biggest changes to my program in the past couple years. I always used to ride like a really narrow saddle, and then I went to the larger saddle, like 145 mil width, because I have wider sit bones than I had always thought. And that's been amazing. It like relieved all the pressure in my low back on the longer climbs. I used to have a lot of numbness and tingling, and so getting rid of that's been like an amazing change. So I have SR Sun Tour suspension, front and rear. They have some really cool stuff coming out this year, so keep your eyes out for that. I can't wait. Hopefully by Sea Otter we'll have some new stuff, but I have them as the front suspension and rear suspension. I'm on Stan's wheels again. They've been a great partner for a couple years. Dude, they make such sick wheels, and I rode the carbon ones a little bit last year. I'm gonna try to get back on those a bit this year, and then the Stan's Flow EX3, that's been a sick wheel. So I'm really stoked on that. Cushcore came on board. The guys over there have been really cool. I've actually tested a bunch with them, and I prefer the Cushcore XC, like the light one. Basically, it's like a volume spacer for your tire, so it helps your tire pressure ramp up before you kind of hit full bottom out, and it adds a little bit of protection to the rim. And if I'm gonna be racing, I wanna make sure that I kind of get through the weekend all in one piece. So that's gonna be a really cool addition to the program. And then some other ones that I got with me, I use all Maxima oil stuff. So Maxima is my sponsor for like maintenance, lube, all the suspension tuning work I do. I use Maxima for all of that stuff, and they've been like amazing. They have such good product, and the guys over there are so cool, and they've just been a sponsor for years, just keeping me rolling. I have Fly Racing for all my apparel, Ride Concept shoes, Pit Viper sunglasses. I have Feedback Sports for all the tools and maintenance. I've had this feedback stand since 2013, and it's still kicking strong. So if you ever need a stand, look no further. This is like the sickest one to get, and they've been a great partner for a few years. One of the other partners that I have that's really cool is Onnit. Onnit is a company I use for all my supplements and like protein and everything. But the main reason that I am partnered with Onnit is because you know, depression runs in my family. It's been a really big theme throughout my life with my mom, and she's battled it for, you know, as long as I can remember. I go through pretty bad struggles with that as well. Especially a few years ago, I hit my head really hard and had a really bad bout with depression that was pretty scary. And so with Onnit, they have this really cool supplement called New Mood. It's like a 5-HTP supplement. And ever since I found that, I take, you know, basically 2 pills like every other day. And that's been really, really helpful for me. It kind of keeps my mood regulated, and that's just been something that's been like a huge addition to my life. Ever since I started taking that, I feel like I can kind of stay more level and not have those highs and lows as much. So that's been really cool. And that's why I love working with those guys. They really care about mental health, and that's something that I'm definitely conscious of for sure. So yeah, I have a really great team. There's a few other sponsors that I'm kind of working on right now too. So hopefully I have some cool announcements in the next couple weeks. Another one that's been really cool this year is Snowgo. So I have like a little snow bike because I do live in Idaho now, and it's snow on the ground. So I haven't been able to ride this recently. But yeah, Snowgo's been really sick, and I just have a great group of people around me. I'm super grateful and just happy to be able to work with so many cool brands that inspire me in ways on and off the bike. So that's gonna be a really fun year. And I try to only partner with brands that I really like the people at, because at the end of the day, relationships matter more than anything. And like with these guys, I've been with Suntour for like 7 years and they've been awesome. I've known Aaron and Emily at P&W for years, like since 2014. So having those long-lasting relationships really matters a lot to me. That's why I signed a 3-year agreement with Niner. We have like plans to do stuff for a long time, so I'm really excited to have them on board. Same with Schwalbe, 3-year agreement there. Like it's awesome when brands show commitment to you, and it's hard to find that in this industry. You know, there's a lot of great people, but a lot of people jump around. So when you can find people that are loyal, that's like the biggest thing you could ask for. So I'm so grateful to have all this opportunity in front of me. Like I said, I'm gonna be doing the full Big Mountain Enduro series, doing a lot of stuff with NICA and things around the whole Boise area. And if you guys are ever in the area or you're coming through Boise, let me know. I'd love to ride with you guys, go down to the bike park and do some laps. So I think the first event that we have on the schedule is Sedona Mountain Bike Festival. So I'll be down there with you guys, and then Sea Otter Classic, and then going into the Big Mountain Enduro series and some of the GNCCs. So thank you guys so much for everything. Thanks so much for watching. I can't wait for this year. It's gonna be really fun, and I'm just excited to have such cool opportunities ahead of me. And I think 2020 is gonna be a good year for everyone. So let's make this happen. Let's get out there and ride. Like I said, if you guys are ever in the area, let me know. I'd love to ride with you guys. And if you have any ideas for fun videos that you want me to do on these things, like tech videos or how to, throw them in the comments. I'd love to hear your ideas, and I'll try to knock as many of those out of the park this year as I can. So thanks to everyone. I really appreciate you guys, and I'll talk to you guys soon.